on, guys? It is your boy Seso here, bringing us a Photoshop tutorial here today. Bring us a cool little dark with color banner design tutorial here today. No, seriously, I don't really know the title just yet, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be really dope, and the thumbnail's gonna be like really dope. And you guys will be like, holy crap, this tutorial is freaking awesome before you even watch it, kind of thing. So basically, we're gonna be just doing like a really cool little fun theme. I said Suicide Squad. I haven't actually seen the movie yet. If you guys have, like, let me know if it was good. Only do not let me know if you thought it was bad. I'm like really skeptical, so I just need like the right people to tell me to go see it. So please go do that for me, and it'll kind of push me to go see it. Besides that, the whole tutorial and the whole designs is basically using like a really cool dark, just like a really dark atmosphere in the background, but also it gets kind of pulled out near the end of the tutorial where you kind of like put these little stocks in. These are actually paint stocks. I'm gonna give you guys this little print screen or picture or even the document. I don't really know. And we're going to show you guys how to actually make a nice little quick stock out of this. And basically I'm going to take like this little section right here and make this what goes like right here. And it's very simple and cool. It's just like kind of like a splotch of like things around, but I had always like scattered brushes. So in the future you're going to see like brush crack users paintbrush like stocks, you know, really cool like these kind of things. So I'm gonna make sure that's gonna be get out to you guys, whoever purchased it for $5. You can go check it out, selfie.com/SesoHQ. Anyway, so yeah, and the font itself is Kenyan Coffee, I believe, and basically the text is really cool. I will show you guys how to do all this little text. It's not like super complex at all. It's really just like clipping mask and like the right color schemes and the right just kind of how you like format it, and then also just like outline with like a duplicated layer to actually like, you know, erase the outline of some spots so it's kind of like shiny here, but it's not really shiny up here, kind of thing going on here. And then of course you got lights, just like very simple like soft brush hits around the entire banner design with like purples and blues, no actual real whites going on, and actually no focus light. You know, usually I would be like, hey guys, all right, so basically at the end of the tutorial just take like a white brush and hit it on the top kind of thing. This kind of, it would ruin it if I did like this. I'm not really sure. If you're a big fan of it, go for it. All means, I'm not going to say it in the tutorial though, because I really don't like how this looks. It kind of, I feel like it just kind of like gets rid of like all the hard, that was like my freaking foot. I was rubbing my shoes together. If you guys heard that. It's just basically like a, it kind of like ruins the vibe. I don't know. I just feel like this, this right here looks so much better than this, just because I feel like the light sources are now, you can see the lights coming from here, and not like really on the top. So I really like how that looks, and I really want to show you guys how to do it. So basically all you got to do to start off with this is possibly download this paint stock if you guys want to. If you have your own little stock that maybe looks like this, go for it. You can check, of course, like my own brush stocks, like I said already. It'll be in the description as well. From this to here, these right here, this to here is actually version 2, and all this is version 1. So version 2 is currently the new like version, of course, with new really cool and thought out, like, you know, just dope. All right, just go check it out, please. Anyway, so all right, we're gonna delete that. And so pretty much I do have the little hex code colors palettes here, so if you guys really want to use that, I will be showing you guys those in the tutorial as well. Anyway, let's get going on today's video. 200 likes on the video equals a secret down below. So basically the start is a nice black. And so for this black that I use 070707 hex code, and there's no real specific reason. I just feel like it was not too dark, not too light, and it kind of works for me. So pretty much we're actually not really using like a solid black. We're going to be actually using clouds. If you guys don't know how to use clouds, it's very simple to set up. You make a new layer, either press this little new page here, or press Control-Shift-N, and you can press OK. That's a little shortcut for it. And to start this off, we're going to basically be using this blue. Now, of course, this is my color scheme that I'm using. I'm using like a purple, blue, light blue, white, and like black. That's all I'm really using in this tutorial. And so if you guys want to use like red, orange, whatever, yellow, green, change this color right here. Maybe you can keep it around the same spot right here, but as everyone already knows, different colors like deserve different kind of like, you know, techniques and usage of the CCs and corrections like that. So just understand that you're going to be actually like having to tweak a lot of your stuff, but as long as it looks somewhat like mine, you're good to go. So this blue that I'm using is 30A0C5, and basically when you press OK, it's going to give you this blue that's going to be located right here. Now under that blue is going to be the background color, which is actually going to be black. And this is how cloud actually works. So I'm just going to be used 141414 black, right? And so pretty much you're going to have a black and a blue. And anyway, so we're going to go to filter, render. You probably all did this in like freaking high school, like graphic design. But if you guys do not know how to use it, it's under filter, render, and then you go to clouds. Different clouds, I believe, is just flipping the colors around, right? Or not, whatever. Boom, clouds, right? So we're going to be using clouds. And basically, this is going to give us a little bit of color in the background. As you saw in the example, you don't really see like pure black. You see like speckles of color. Somehow, it doesn't really make sense because it's just very distorted. And that's the whole entire plan here. So pretty much, we're just going to change this. We're going to just call this background for sure. Why not? And we're just going to change this from normal to color dodge, I believe. And we're just going to go ahead now. And that's just, we're just going to keep it there. You can just maybe drop down the opacity now just a little bit. Why not? I don't really know if I want to drop it down. Just leave it at 95. So with the overlay or the layer on color dodge is going to give us like a nice little, you know, color going on, atmosphere, like smoky look without actually using any kind of smoke texture. So to get color and highlights, although we're going to be darkening the hell out of them with like a color correction, you're just going to be using something very odd. Like, I don't know, I'm going to use a brush stock from mine. And just basically I want to use like a brush stock that has like little like scatters, like something like this, basically. But I want to use a white. I want to use white. And what this is going to be able to do for me is just kind of like give myself a very, just a way to like kind of like, I don't know how to say it. Like, I don't want to like do this. This is what, you can do this as well. Why not? Basically use a soft brush. And you can just go ahead and like click a couple times in like various spots. But the reason why I didn't want to use a brush was just because it's too big. You know, I wanted like, I didn't want to like to do this. I wanted to use a stock that had like scattered brushes and use Gaussian blur. But either way you do it, it's whatever. I'm just going to do it for this just because you don't have to have like a stock or something like that. So I'm going to put this on overlay. And we're just going to drop the opacity down to like 75 or so. And pretty much just going to leave a little bit of color in different spots, right? Just a little bit of light. And you really can't tell right now, but I promise you at the end of the tutorial with everything you've done, if you've done it right, it will look so good like the example I showed. So pretty much a new layer is going to be added. With this new layer, you're going to actually use a black for your foreground color. That way when we use the soft brush here, we're going to use black. So pretty much I'm just going to take a black. This is very grayish, at least on this. So we're just going to take a black, right? We're just going to click a couple times. Like I click top left, like bottom over here left, and like top right a little bit. Just kind of like unbalance the blue, not show too much blue in some spots. And this is fine. I promise you'll understand. Like this is where the distortion comes in. Like these banding lines kind of work together. But this is how I did it, right? So pretty much I do that now. This is black. And this is white. And pretty much now is the color correction we're set up. So pretty much what we're gonna do is use exposure. And for the exposure, the offset, you just change the last number to 4. This will kind of like even things out, right? You can kind of see, you can probably look like to 3 even. I think 4 is fine. Sure, 4 is fine. And then gamma correction, we're just gonna change it to 0.98. And brightness and contrast is next. So we're going to go to this half circle, brightness and contrast, and change your brightness to about -5, and then your contrast to about 35. And vibrance is next, right here. And pretty much this is going to be like what's going to be pulling out a little more color. So when we put like, later on in the tutorial, when we put like highlights of color in different spots, the background will actually catch, and you'll actually get more color from the background pulling out, which will make that like really dope vibrance like really look good basically. So we're gonna put this about 55 or so on the vibrance, and then 45 contrast. And so pretty much now we're almost like basically done with the background portion. And what I'm gonna do really quickly is just gonna merge everything together. So I'm gonna hold Shift. I'm gonna click on the first ever layer that we just did. So pretend this is not here, right? First layer we did, Shift. Click on the last layer, hold Shift. While holding Shift, it will select everything. Control J will make a duplicate of it, and either you can press Control E or merge layers, just to merge everything together. So pretty much now what you can do is we're gonna go ahead and go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur. This is actually another alternative, and we're just gonna put about 3 pixels or so. It's actually another alternative besides like putting spontaneous brushes around. What I'm gonna do here is on this little vibrance right here, it's called vibrance because of this layer right here. On this little new layer right here, this little copied layer, we're gonna go to the half circle again. We're gonna go to vibrance, and we're gonna go ahead and go to create clipping mask, just like so. That way this vibrance is only gonna be on that layer. And we're gonna take our vibrance here and it's lowered all the way down to -100. You see all these little banding things going on here? It's going to happen, and it sucks. But basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on the copied layer, press E on my keyboard, which brings up the eraser shortcut, and I'm just gonna erase in a couple spots. I'm just gonna leave dark areas around, something like that, right? I'm kind of like mixing these banding lines together, and pretty much I think we're basically done. We're kind of like, if we go any further, it's kind of like messing around in the dark at this moment, but I promise you it's all gonna make sense. So let me actually put my text in. Squad. Make this white. No, we're going to make this that blue, actually. And this one, right? Do I have my do have my rulers? So squad, and then suicide. Dude, I'm like so scared to actually type words out because I feel like you guys look for it or something. Like, I don't know if I'm dumb, I don't realize, but spelling is never my strong point, but I'm not like terrible at it. But you guys make it honestly feel that I'm actually completely and absolutely terrible at it. So, got my text going on. I got my background going on. Right now, what I want to do is actually bring out the stock. So the stock I'm going to be using, like I said, is going to be over here. What I'm going to basically do, this is kind of how I do my stocks, where I like do brush packs, stuff like that, and little updates, and like whatever I do, like if it's, you know, some kind of texture, or if it's some kind of like, you know, paint stock or whatever. This is basically how I do it. So I take a nice little picture, and I say to myself, like, what do I see on here that I kind of want to see as a stock? And I said something like right here. So pretty much all I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Image, Adjustments, and Threshold. Pretty much this is going to give you guys the black and whites and kind of like, you know, bring out what makes the most sense in the picture that you just basically took out. And if you go left or right, you'll be able to see, like, it erases more and it kind of gets something like this. This is kind of how I get my scattered stocks, right? And then something over here is where you get just more and more getting pulled out. But I want something that's like basically in the middle. So I kind of want to just redo it really quickly. Threshold. And I'll press OK. I just want this right here, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my little lasso tool and just kind of go around it really quickly. And I'll just keep that in there and then just like that, right? Press M on my keyboard, which brings out the marquee tool. Right click and then layer via cut, just like so. And I'll delete this. Now I have a little this right here. I'll just bring this in really quickly, this little layer, right? And basically I'm going to just press W on my keyboard, which brings out the magic wand tool. Probably a quick selection for you, but just click on it and go to the magic wand tool. Select the white, just like so. When you select the white, press delete on your keyboard, and basically you can go in if you want to. I will. I'm going to go in and select these little white pieces. Don't got to select them all. I just kind of select the really big chunks of white that are just like can't be selected on the outside. Press delete again. Basically all these little white specks would be going away just as I go like this. Double click on it. On the layer style, go to color overlay, and then just change it to whatever color we're going to be working with, which I'm going to work with is blue first. So now we have a stock to actually use. And for this, it's going to be very, very simple. You're going to see a lot of layers coming in, but I promise you it won't be terrible. This is just going to be called one first, just so I know where we're going with this. Right, and we're just going to move this down here. And I want to set this up in a way that I can actually start layering like different colors. I'm going to use the same stock but different colors. If it's up to me, I would definitely try to use more than one stock, just because it's more fun that way, and you know it's not like you look like you just rushed through it and stuff like that. And also, I'm using different angles of this one stock, so it doesn't look like immediately, boom, this is the same stock. It doesn't really look like that. But now that you kind of know, you're like, oh god, you use the same stock. All right, but don't, you know, it's fine, okay? Promise it's okay. And I'm just gonna put this on all four corners basically, and not like super like tight. I'm not using any rulers, as you see. I'm just like trying to like do it as possible. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. Sure, right? Yeah, I'll just make the other ones go somewhere else. So I'm gonna call this 2, 3, and 4, and I'll just go ahead and rasterize all these layer types so none of the color overlays are there. So now that you have this, you're kind of like starting to see what's happening right now. If we're using very bright colors over this right here, over the background we just had, and all you probably saw in your head was black, 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 and your background. You didn't see any color at all. I'm gonna lower this just a little bit more. As you can see, a little bit more here. Don't want to mess up your eyes too bad. Messing around with the background during your design, try not to do that actually. As you can see, it's kind of like bringing out the color. If you put a different color, like a vibrant color under a darker color of maybe the same color, you get to see that color, but then you're also still seeing black. So that's where this is so freaking dope. And basically, I'm gonna continue doing this really quickly now. So basically, why did I just say basically like 3 times? I'm like trying to start the conversation, but in my head I'm just like basically. Okay, so pretty much all I'm gonna do is start off with the first layer here, and it's the first one we just put in here. So pretty much all I'm gonna do is hold Alt and then move this layer, just like so. It's gonna make a duplicate of it. You can press on the layer itself and press Control J to make a duplicate. But all I'm gonna do is this. I'm just gonna call this 1 2-1. Sure. So we just know what's going on here. So I'm going to just say this little layer here. I'm going to change this color to the purple, which is over here. Just like so. And then as you can probably start to see, we're just going to be layering really quickly. So just like take your layer, your stock, and if you also want to, take a hard brush, right? Since this is like a very default, not really default stock, it's just a very like, you know, on the spot stock. I'll take my erase and just erase a little bit. So it's not like, it doesn't look super identical, right? So this right here, you see how these two things are matching? Just get rid of one. No one will notice. Now it's going to look like an entirely different stock, right? So we have this purple here. I'm going to take this and duplicate this a couple more times now. And we'll do it like over here. I definitely want the color to be seen, so don't like try to like hide it and stuff. That looks really good right there. We'll just call this 2-2 and Control J again to make a duplicate. Duplicate. And also the way I'm rotating is Control T. If you didn't know that, God, I'm so sorry, because like I believe everyone should know that by now, but if you didn't, it's fine, it's okay. Control T is a free transform, right? And that's all I'm doing is to rotate it, different angle, and kind of give it something like that. That's okay. Take my hard eraser, erase a little bit, just like so. So, this looks okay. This looks good. And so pretty much all I'm going to do is maybe like one more little thing. So this is 3-3. No, this is 4-4. And this is 3-3. So I'm just kind of like layer all these things just so you can see what I'm really doing really. And so, yeah, I'm just going to do one more little duplicate. And we're just going to make it white this time, though. I'm going to drag it below everything else, right? Okay. I'm just going to make this one white. Color overlay. Click on here. Click on white. Just like so. And we're just going to put a little bit of white in this background. Right? Something like that. Right there. And we'll rotate this one and put a little white like right here. Now, as you can see, it's not very like eye-catching, very eye-popping yet. But what we're going to do really, I'm just going to just go like this. We're going to do the text really quick because the text makes a really big difference. So pretty much I'm going to take any like really stock. I'm just going to take 1-1, right? The original copy of this. I'm just going to make this original. This is a duplicate actually. And we're going to drag this and drag it below the squad here. Or below the suicide, which is this text. We're going to bring it to the main text, right above the main text. So whatever your main text is, that's what you're going to bring this original stock to. And you're going to right click. First we're going to right click rasterize so there's no color overlay on it. And right click, clipping mask it. And we're just going to drag this in here. As you can see, it's just very simple, right? I'm going to make a duplicate of it by holding Alt and moving it again, just like so that you know that just copies it. But it's also still going to be clipping masked. So pretty much I'm going to do like 2 of each color, right? So I have a blue one already, or I have my purple one already. I'm going to duplicate again. And I'm going to go ahead and change this color to the nice little, like, very, you know, like, whited out blue here. So something like that, right? I'm going to put this one, like, over here. And then we'll put actually another one. And what I'm going to do is make another duplicate. And we're going to change this one to, I don't know, like a gray. Did I have, like, a gray last time? I had some sort of grayish tone. And it's pretty much clip mask this one. And I think I'm going to rotate this. I think that looks pretty good. So, now we have it kind of going on right now. So you can see, like, it's just like the scattered stocks are just like kind of like bringing out this color that's really not there. So we're actually missing a couple things. We're missing lighting effects. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you guys how I did it. I just made a new layer, right, above everything else. We'll just group everything really quickly. This is going to be like below. There's going to be like step 1, sure. When everything's, whatever, you don't have to group it, but when everything is, like, basically done with the whole entire stocks and stuff, we're not completely done yet, but I'm just saying, with the new layer, we're just going to take a brush stock, right, a soft brush, and we're just going to go ahead and click on this blue. I'll make a pretty small diameter, so I am using Control-Alt, right-click, left-click, and pretty much, or right-click moving, left and right. I'm just going to click this blue, like, over here. I'll click it above the purple, it doesn't really matter too much, and, like, over here. And the way I'm going to fix this, and I'm going to actually try color dodge, right? This is look purple. I don't really like that. Linear dodge add, which looks pretty good. Linear color looks pretty good. Or lighter color. Soft light doesn't really matter. Or it doesn't make sense in this case because it's black on the background. So I'm going to say either light color or linear dodge add. I'm going to lower the opacity on linear dodge add. I'm going to say this is what I want to go for, right? And so pretty much I'm going to do another layer. I'm going to use purple this time. Whatever colors you are using, please try to use them. However, though, I can like click on this layer. I'm going to drag this purple one down between the blue here. So this should be like below the 1 dashes, right? Yeah, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to put a little bit of purple in between the 2 stalks here. Put that like over here. And we'll put it on linear dodge add again, and then we'll lower the opacity down. I won't lower it too much, but just enough so you can kind of see the lights starting to pop out right now, right? So I'm not done with the text, by the way. I'm just kind of like showing you guys the lighting effects really quickly. And so pretty much that's like you know the kind of like where you want to go with steps and lighting and stuff. You want to do like more controlled lighting, just kind of like, I don't know, give the possibly give the blue here. Let's just say if we took all these, right, all the 1 dashes, which is going to be all the blues, or is that all the whites? These are all the whites. I believe this should be all the blues, right? All right, that's all the purples. That's fine. If we take all the purples then, right? Just like so. These are all the purpled ones in a group. So just so you know, just so you're not completely confused. These are all the purple ones. If I really wanted to, I can just maybe go to, I'm just going to try it out. I don't know if I tried this before, but outer glow. Use outer glow and like kind of bring glow out a little bit and like maybe like make it white. Let me just lower the opacity down. And, or make it like blue. Who knows? Like maybe like a darker blue or like a lighter blue, you know? And kind of like messing around with outer light. Like that's probably, it works in my opinion. It doesn't look terrible. I'm just going to put this like 15. That's just a little thing you can just do. But for the text, we're not completely done with it, right? So we're on squad now. Now everything's all good here. I'm going to just zoom in a little bit. So pretty much a little thing you can do is I'm going to rasterize all these layers again so they have no color overlay. Oops. Rasterize layer. All right, so pretty much boom, just so you're all good. So I'm just going to take a layer right click. I'm just going to go ahead and go to inner glow, right? You can kind of see the inner glow in here. I'm going to change this to white. And I'm going to like press on size, like maybe like size 2 or so. And like lower the opacity just a little bit. And I would say to do this for like, I don't know, just a couple different ones. I'm going to do this a purple one right here. Inner glow, make it white. I can also copy the layer if I wanted to, but I just kind of like doing it manually. And we're just going to lower the opacity a little bit. Right? And then, I don't know, we'll do it to like the gray one up there. Put another inner glow, make it white, lower the size down, and lower the opacity, and it looks pretty damn good to me. So, what I actually did, the little trick that I did was I just made a duplicate of this layer right here, this squad layer, this little squad text, and now the duplicate's going to be the actual original now. Just so you guys know, if you do make a duplicate of a text, Control-J on a text that has clipping mask to it, it's going to be the now original layer that actually has the that has no clipping mask on it. So now the duplicated layer is going to have all the clipping masks. So just understand how that works. But anyway, I'm going to take this little the new layer, right? The new Suicide Squad layer, or the squad layer that doesn't have any clip mask on it. I'm going to throw it above everything else, right? It's going to be blue again, just so you can know that's actually the original layer with just the color on it, and that's it. What I'm going to go ahead and do, double click on this and go to inner glow. And I'll put like size like 2 or so, make it white, and even put this on blend mode overlay. All right, I'll actually put the size up a little bit again, just a little bit more. Why not? And what I'm going to do is I'm just lower my fill all the way down to 0. That way, what happens is you can actually see the inner glow is still there, but the text color is not there. The original text is not there anymore. Basically, it's 0 opacity. But technically, the fill is actually the opacity in this case, and the actual fill will allow the layer styles to actually still be seen. So this allows me to go ahead and rasterize the layer after you put the inner glow on it, right? So now I'm going to put this on, the actual layer is just going to be just the text outline, right? Now I can put this on overlay, take my eraser, my soft eraser, and just erase a couple sides, just like so. And then pretty much to end this off, it would just be me adding a little bit of color on the text itself. So like a little blue here, and like maybe a little lighter blue like on this corner, or even behind. I could put it behind it, but I'm just gonna put it above it, see what it looks like. Color dodge, no, linear dodge add, linear color, lighter color, excuse me. Let's go lower the opacity a little bit, and it looks pretty good. But to finalize absolutely everything, we're gonna go ahead and put another exposure in. So I'm gonna take exposure, and we're gonna put this to 0.0018, and for the gamma correction, I'm just going to put this to about 0.85, and pretty much that's it. I'm going to lower the opacity down to about 75 or so, And that's the tutorial, guys. Like, pretty much, as you can see what I meant by the color, like the color in the background. I'm actually gonna lower this a little bit more, actually. Like 50%. Yeah? You see what I'm trying to do here? Alright, and let me see what happens if I put a vibrance in. This is not a part of the tutorial, but I'm just gonna see what happens. More vibrance. Right? That doesn't look too bad. Bring out the color a little more. Doesn't look bad at all. So basically all I'm trying to say is like the whole entire like design is just made with just having like a lot of fun with like a color in the background. But the thing is, the background cannot be plain black. I'll show you guys what it looks like if the background was just plain black. It wouldn't look correct. Like, I'll show you guys. We had like 1717, right? It just doesn't look. This is what it just plain black. If there's no like sort of textury, atmospheric thing in the background, it will not look correct. It will just look like, you know, just not right. But for some reason, this looks so correct. And to me, that's like a very big deal. So I just want to say, just make sure you guys like go through it and kind of like have fun with it. And also, I'm just gonna like, you know, tone everything up really quickly. Put like a little my pattern stock in here. Just like put that on suicide, and then like I'll make a new layer. I use like a very odd brush, like this one. No, this, and like something like this. I'll make it white just so you can see what I'm doing. Right, this little brush hit. This is what I like to do. Put this on dissolve, and I'll lower the opacity like 1%. And dissolve will actually allow the layer to basically dissolve, and you have these little particles going. And you can take your eraser, the soft brush eraser, and kind of like click and just get lesser amount of dots. So you have something like that. And if you wanted to, you can make a duplicate of it. So Control J, move it over, and then change the color to like purple or something. Purple, right? So you have little purple dots now. And I'll do another one on this side. I'll make it blue. And it's just like little things like this is kind of like how I would do at the end of the tutorial. And so yeah, there we go. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video here today. Please leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Please do not forget to check out my Sellfy, sellfy.com/SesoHQ for any premiums and packs. So it's $3. $3 pack is actually the texture pack, and the $5 pack is actually the brush pack, which is really awesome. It has like over, 300 stocks now, and I'm working on more updates and stuff like that for that. Of course, the everything pack, one purchase of $30, so you get everything in my store. For one purchase of $30, and of course the updated versions of packs, any new products that come out will get emailed to you for free. So do not forget that. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at SesoHQ. Please, like, thank you guys so freaking much. And I don't know how long you guys have until school's over, but I have 2 weeks. Blah. But hope you guys have a great rest of your summer, rest of your day, rest of your life. I'll see you guys next week. Talk to you guys later. SesoHQ out. Peace.